Salon. Yo. Me will shut a man in high crowd. If I'm next back up, I'm shut a man in high crowd. Next pussy fling a back, I'm shot anyone out of the side on the face. Easy people.
Yo, greetings in the name of the King Imperial Selassie I, Giant Emperor Selassie I the First. I fucked that up. Sorry to all my Rosses, forgive me. Back in effect again in the building. You know what I'm saying? It's your boy King True. I got Ladora, formerly known as Azabi.
Formerly known.
You know what I'm saying? We in the building. We about to go into another round, into a plane of existence that we've never went before. Me and my lady, as most people know who follow us, we are engaged, getting ready to get married. You know what I'm saying? And it's a very beautiful thing for me. It's a serious thing for me, something I don't play with. I'm not one of them niggas that get married, and then still want to play little boy games, fuck around and cheat and do all kind of dumb shit. I mean, people make mistakes, you know what I'm saying? But there's some people that live off of their mistakes, you know what I'm saying? Survive off of their mistakes, you know? So, having said all that and stuff like that, last week's show that I did, some people was upset, some people liked the show, some people was fucking with it, some people wasn't. Some people was like, I need to do research. I mean, that shit is crazy. In order for you to tell me I need to do research on, especially on certain things out of the Bible, if you was watching my show, then that tells me that you need to do research. You know what I'm saying? I've done enough research on the shit that I talk about. Anytime I don't know nothing, if I don't know something, I admit, I don't know. I gotta look that up. I admit, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? There's certain things that I may say I don't know for just because I want you to do the research. And I don't want to say too much, you know what I'm saying? Because obviously we being flagged and all that other stuff. So, I try to hold back on certain things. But, I research enough, man. I research enough. But I want to talk about marriage today, though. I want to talk about marriage because it's something that I think our people play with. Is marriage throughout history was used to bring nations together. It was used to form peace, to form treaties, to make financial decisions between nations. And it's still being used in that way and in that form. So we cannot disregard what marriage does for a nation. You know what I'm saying? A marriage is a big thing. Now, we live in a day and time where there are so many different options for people to take. Understand something. We live in a world, we live in a society, right, where they give you bad options for most of the options that they give you. Public school is a bad option, but most people are raised in public school. Most people go through the public school system. Living in the projects is a bad option, but this is most of the stuff that this is what the government gives you. You live in rundown buildings, and you got to deal with asbestos and lead poisoning and all them different stuff or whatever when you're in the projects. It's a cheap option. It's cheap, yes, it's cheap.
It's an affordable option.
It's an affordable option, but the government has more than enough money to give you an option that would be good for your health. But they don't put money behind what's good for your health because at the end of the day, there's money in death. You understand? So there's not only money in death in a physical sense, there's also money in death on a cultural sense. The less cultures that they have formulating opinions within one nation, is the less treason you will have in that nation. Mm. You understand? So this is one of the reasons why you had the Byzantine empires pushing Christianity the way they did. You also had oh my God, my mind is slipping.
Get together.
You also had the Crusades. Bugging the fuck out. You know, you had a lot of things that was pushed out there. Even with, you know, Jesus and all that other things. But I'm not gonna get too deep. But what I'm saying is this: marriage is key. You know what I'm saying? If you want wealth, hereditary wealth, things like that, it's best to get married and to keep all the finances within the family. You know what I'm saying? If you have people close to you that also have wealth, this is why rich people marry rich people. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You know, a lot of rich people don't necessarily put their kids around people that may not have a lot of money. It's a reason behind that shit. It's not necessarily we think, oh, you know, oh, they racist, they this, they sedity, and all this other bullshit. That's an immature way of thinking. They're thinking, look, we got to keep wealth together. The best way to do that is to get married. Answer the phone for me. Who's calling? We got somebody calling up. Got somebody calling. Wagwan, you're not the building now, sir. Yo.
Maybe I didn't.
Suck a dick.
Okay. Why your kids in the back though?
I don't. While the kids is in the background.
Disrespectful.
While the kids is in the background.
Disrespectful.
And he gonna whisper. The baby mother over there playing with the kids in the background and shit. You gonna sit there, suck a dick. Lame ass niggas, man. This type niggas we gotta deal with, man. This nigga don't need to get married. He need to go in the corner and die and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Why would you
I'm
say
just
that?
speaking facts.
That's not a fact.
I'm just speaking facts. But yeah. So marriage is something that's very quintessential and very important. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I got some statistics. I ain't gonna worry about it. I got them mostly. I got some statistics, right? When it comes to marriage. You wanna answer the call? Answer the call and then I'll say my. Yo, hello.
Yo, what up, man?
Yo, what up? What's going on, bro?
Nothing, man. I just wanted to say I love the show, man. I appreciate you guys putting out this knowledge, man. Fuck the haters, man. Fuck these hoes, too, man. These hoes getting dusty as a motherfucker, man. And I appreciate the knowledge y'all putting out for these niggas, man.
I got you, bro. I'm going to keep on doing it. You know what I mean? I'm going to keep on pushing.
Yeah, man. The only problem is you're not getting a broader reach. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
I know you're on a big platform, but Queen's Flip isn't pushing you as much as he should be.
You know, Queen's Flip is a busy man, you know what I'm saying? And the fact that he let me come up here and do my thing, and, you know, that's peace right there for me, you know what I'm saying? He ain't got to do much more. You know,
yeah, because I'm tuning in every time I see it, man. You know what I'm saying? I click on that bitch. You hear me?
But
sometimes I feel like you guys are hustling backwards, you know, selling pussy at a gay bar because, you know, you're not hitting the right audiences. So,
I mean, you know what it is? You know, we've talked, me and Queen's Flip have talked about this already, and I talked to Space, and I was like, look, I'm up here just to get my face out there, people to recognize me, you know what I'm saying? And I think I did that for the most part. I really don't, I mean, you know, we're going to keep on pushing for as long as it need to be pushed, but then after that, you know what I'm saying? We still family, you know what I'm saying? But right now, you know, as long as I'm up here, keep tuning in. If you got anybody else that, you know, that want to learn something, tell them to come through and you know, show they love.
God bless, man. I hear you, man. I hope you guys have a successful show. I shout out to the lady beside you, man.
Thank you
pretty
so
as hell, man. I don't know her name, but no disrespect.
Thank you. We appreciate that, bro.
Thanks.
All right, man.
Bro. Take it easy.
All right, man. Talk to you soon, man. Bye.
Thank you. Yeah. See, I love callers like that, man. People call in, they show love. I know what we do up here is different, but if y'all want to come in and learn, come in and learn. I'm not here. I mean, the views are very important. The views is always important. I mean, you come up here, you want people to watch you. But I'm not going to force my hand to make people watch me. It's up to them. You know what I'm saying? If they want to come and watch, they're going to watch. If they don't, it's all good with me. Either way, I'm going to still be up here. I'm going to still be wherever I'm at. kicking that knowledge. So I do want to give y'all some statistics on marriage, though, right? The last statistics that I have seen, I think it's from the National Health Department or something like that. Let me see if I can pull it up. But while I'm pulling it up, I'm gonna try to give it as best as I can to you. The statistics on marriage, I think white people marry 90%. And this is statistics when it comes to people at the age of 46. So people at the age of 46 was like, most people at that age either been married or, let me shut my shit off. At that age of 56, you either been married or at that point you might never get married or whatever. At 46 is a pretty good, that's a solid number for marriage. So I think white people at the age of 46 is married 90%. Either are married or have been married. Black people are 68%, right? I think Hispanics was like somewhere between 84 and 86%. Asians were, I think, maybe 88 to 89%. Somewhere along that lines. Right. Now, I think for people that marry outside the race, I think white people married outside their race, oh man, if I could remember. I think white people married outside their race around, damn.
Just skip them.
I can't even remember. I can't skip the white folks, right? My bad, white folks. I'm going to get to y'all. Hold on. Black people married outside their race, 18%. White, Asian people was like 22%. It might have been like 30-something percent. It might have been like 32%. Asian people, they might have been around, I think they were around 26, between 26 and 29%. Right? Mm-hmm. Those are people marrying outside of their race, right? So you got black people, 18%. So you got to take that 18% away. Now, what I'm dealing with is black people marrying within their race and staying married. That's what I'm trying to see, right? So if you take away the 18%, and this is African American people, right? That's 50% of people being married altogether, right? Then I think divorce was somewhere around like 25% or so, something like that, right? Or maybe a little bit less, maybe like 20%. So you take that 20% that got divorced, right? That means only 30% of black people are staying married, right? And within their race. 30%. That means if we got a room of 7 black people, we got a room of 10 black people. Go ahead.
Yeah, hello?
Yo, what up?
Yo.
Yeah, yo.
This is Fedora Black.
Oh, that's Richard?
Yeah, shut up. All of y'all. Shut up.
Yo, Richard, when
the
fuck you coming home, son?
I'm on my way home. Nobody. We have a drunk white man on the bus. Yakking crazy.
What?
The get his ass whoop.
What?
Yeah. Me on my way home. I see y'all live and direct.
Live and direct.
We're coming home.
Yo.
You hear me, Dad?
You have Fedora Black
home, Dad.
on the phone right now. Right now.
All right.
Fucking up
so
the
y'all
show.
Talking about?
We talking about marriage, son.
You call in and don't even know what we're talking about.
Marriage?
Yeah.
I can't talk about this because, nobody wants me, and you know how that is, Yeah,
why do you think black people are not getting married?
Huh?
Why do you think black people are not getting married?
And understand, Rich.
I'm gonna say this.
But Rich, yo, you gotta know, 30% of black people are staying. I'm talking about black people staying together, black, marrying black, and staying together. Only 30%. That means 3 out of 10, every 10 black folks is married together and staying together.
Why?
Money.
Money?
Like I was telling you
money,
yesterday, Wally, money.
Mm-hmm.
Money is the reason why black couples don't stay together, because they use that shit as a symbol. We need this. You ain't be, and when you don't have money, you're not a man. So a woman, she find herself elsewhere, or she leave him alone because he ain't
But isn't it
living
the
up.
husband's job to provide, like to be that provider?
Sometimes niggas use money to get a shorty.
That is fact.
So if you use
it's a double
money
standard.
and then you lose it,
Just like women
If you
use their
really
body
look at
it,
to get
that's
a man,
why.
and then be like, oh, why everybody just want me for my body because you're using your body.
just like a lot of niggas use dick, and sometimes when the dick fails, she go find another one. She wasn't fucking with you. She was fucking with dick or money.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So you gotta find somebody that fucks with you.
Thanks for calling in.
Thanks for calling in, Rich. You a bird.
I bet.
Yeah, so like, you know, he said
That was a fact.
That was a fact. Money does play a part.
But like you said,
right.
Money marries into money. It takes money to get married, to actually have a successful marriage, because you are getting married to build something. Like, you're not just getting married like you just get in a relationship like, oh, that's my man, you know, just to say that that's your man. You're getting married to build something with someone. And I don't think that we have a great representation these days, especially for black people, of a strong black marriage. Right. Like, hold on, let's take this caller. Hello?
Yo, what's up, you guys?
What's going on, bro?
Yo, so I'm calling to keep it 100. I don't really fuck with True, but I'm interested to know why you picked. I like the intro with the Super Cat sample. That's what's up. What's the inspiration behind that?
I'm Jamaican and Trinidadian, so I come from a big foundation of reggae music, you know, sound clash and big sound system and all that shit. My father had a sound back in the day, so, you know, that's kind of like my heritage, you feel me?
Okay, I feel you, yeah. Because that's a legendary concert. You know, they were throwing bottles and shit.
Facts. I got my gun on me. I got my gun
exactly.
me. My gun on me. That's legendary, son. Legendary, my nigga.
All right, man. I just wanted to salute you for that, man.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. You called to say you don't fuck with me, but at the end of the conversation, you fuck with me.
But yeah, like I was saying, you don't have a great representation of what a strong black marriage is, because take for instance, we have T.I. and Tiny, who has the Family Hustle, and I think the show just came on last night, and there was a part in the show where they brought up when he was caught on camera slapping some girl ass or whatever, and he was just like downplaying her emotions, downplaying her feelings, like, oh, well, you weren't mad at me, you were mad that the world saw it. You were mad that everyone else saw it, because had there been no social media and you got that video via text, it would have been a different story. But they were also supposedly had an open marriage where they would bring other women and things like that into their marriage. But a marriage cannot be sacred if you bring the other people into it.
That's a fact. I mean, I think even T-Pain had a divorce from his wife, and they had an open marriage. They hung up. Okay. They had an open marriage, so I don't really see how that shit really worked. I don't see how it works. If you love your girl, you care about your girl, you mean you can sit there.
Well, you gotta say wife because they're married.
Or your wife, right? Let me ask a caller. Let me ask him a caller.
Hello.
Yo.
Hi.
What it is? Yo, let me ask you a question.
Yeah. What up?
Yo, could you sit there and look at your wife getting fucked by another dude?
If the money right, yeah.
What? What?
I'm fucking with you. I actually had a question myself for the beautiful lady there.
Yeah.
What do you think, out of the culture, what do you think about women choosing men in terms of how much money they make? Do you think that's a fair decision? Because there's a lot of hardworking guys out here, but they don't make enough. And a lot of these women out here, you know, looking for people that make, you know, above $100,000 and salaries and stuff like that. What do you think? What's your opinion on that?
I believe that women look for security, in a sense. For me personally, as long as I know, like, okay, you have this job, as long as you're making like, you know, $60,000 a year or whatever, and you're able to secure a household, to, you know, we can help each other build. That's all that matters. Some women going out here after these guys with a whole bunch of money and everything.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
Usually
about. Yeah,
end up in
like
heartbreak because it's just like money isn't the cure for your love. Like,
it's not the end all be all.
It's not. It's really not.
Yeah, especially the Instagram models. You know, I've seen a lot going around. They just go for the men that are super, super rich. You know,
I mean, because according to them, they're going after what's on their level. Like, you know, I don't know.
They're going for what they think they want, which is financial stability. But the thing about it is, it's 360 degrees of what you want. You know what I'm saying? It's not just financial stability, and a woman has to know that before she goes into a marriage. Like you said, a lot of these Instagram models, they think they're going for money. Hold on, y'all. I'm sorry.
Sometimes people do think they're going for money, but they really going based off of an image. Sometimes men do flaunt these cars or do this and third, but they're renting these cars. They don't own them. They're renting these little mansions. They don't own them. What do they own? What do they have that you could profit off, that they can help you build?
Women are attracted to power.
And the thing about image, too, is a lot of these women are going off of guys. Like, there's a balance scale, and the thing with looks is outweighing everything. So, you know, a lot of these chicks are going for guys that are super good looking, and that seems to trump everything else. You know, there might be a guy who has money, but you might not be as good looking. So sometimes the looks.
I mean, some women, money make you cute. They're like,
no,
he ugly, but his money ain't though. You know, you ain't never hear a girl say that.
Buy beauty. You know, you can buy beauty.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. A lot of these ugly niggas be getting. Look at Khaled.
DJ Khaled is not ugly. What are you talking about?
Oh, he's not? I don't know.
Wow.
I was thinking he fat.
Thank you for calling.
I was thinking he fat.
Bye.
What? Niggas, you know, I don't know. Women like listen. I don't care what you say, babe. If DJ Khaled was broke,
you never know. There's always.
And then he said he don't eat pussy.
He did say he don't eat pussy. But if he was broke, he would have no other choice but to eat pussy. But because he's DJ Khaled, he has money. People don't really care.
He would consider it then. Oh, man.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Turn on. Yeah, y'all gotta come correct when y'all call up here, man.
But yeah, like I like what the last caller said. Like, you know, I do believe that social media has played a part in a lot of relationships because everyone is going based off of what they see, which is photos. Anybody could be happy in a photo and smile and make a caption to say, oh, this is the love of my life and love goes beyond words and da-da-da-da. But at the end of the day, how is that relationship behind the picture? Like, what are the real feelings behind that?
Who's that?
Hello?
Yo,
Wagwan.
Hey, what's up, True?
What it is?
Hey, I got a question for you, bro.
Go ahead.
So, I'm a young nigga, bro. I'm 19. And, I mean, the marriage thing, I don't know if it's for me yet, but, I mean, I could see myself getting married, maybe.
Right.
But my thing is, when you said women look for men with stability, or they look for, I guess, comfort or whatever. So,
well,
why do they look, huh?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm listening.
Why do they look for men with so much money, or they want a man who has so much, but they have nothing, and they have nothing close to what they're looking for?
I mean, that's a good point, right? And you got to also look at it like this. Like, when you a man, even though you can supply stability to a woman, you have to also know what you can deal with as a man supplying the stability. You know what I'm saying? Because it may be too much. She might want too much from you that you can't give, and you got to know that. So one thing about women, right? I would say this. One thing about women are naturally dependent. So at any man that they become, intrigued by, she's going to look at, okay, well, what is he doing with his life? Even though it don't matter what she doing in her life.
That's
right?
in general, though.
But let's look at dudes, right? Dudes don't come at it from that standpoint.
He just said, but she has nothing.
Right.
What does she bring to the
table? Let me tell you when he's gonna think about when he's gonna think about that last. Mm-hmm. That's the last thing he's gonna think of. First thing he's gonna think, like, damn, she look good. She got fatty. Damn, titties is nice. You know what I'm saying? She cool. All right. Then he gonna be like, okay, well, what does she do? Well, I don't know. I kind of want to fuck her. So I'm going to fuck her first. Then I'm going to worry about what's going on with her after that. You know what I'm saying? So that's how men look at it. That's how men look at it. That's the real shit. But go ahead, bro.
This is my thing.
Yeah.
All right. So I feel like I'm confident in myself that one day I will make more money than I'm making now. But the thing is,
19, you got time.
You got time, bro.
A man with something right now. If I want a bitch that's like that want to be on the chase with me. Like, if you could stay down with me while I'm making my money, then when we up, it's all good. But the thing is, like, I don't know.
I mean, like I said, like, you gotta listen. Like I said, bro, you young, you 19. You got a lot of time on your hands to figure out the type of girl that you want. Understand, always think to yourself, what can I handle from a female? It don't matter how she look. I mean, it does matter, but that is really secondary. You got to understand, okay, what is she bringing to the table? Is she a go-getter? Like, if I can't provide, will she want to and be able to, pull on from her end? You know what I'm saying? So you gotta, look at those things. Don't just look at looks. A lot of times niggas be looking at looks and then they worry about how she ain't got no drive to do nothing else and how she depending on me, and you know what I'm saying? Because the fat ass is what really led you to locking it down. Don't do that, because you 19. I've done that before, and it's a waste of time, my nigga. Trust me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Get you a nice, solid chick, man. A solid chick, all right?
Yeah, I feel you, man.
Peace, man. Keep listening, man.
All right, man.
Got you. The young man, man, good.
But
got
girls,
good brothers out there, man.
Girls these days,
and some of these females is looking at Cardi B,
what?
And they just like, damn, I want to pop my pussy for a real nigga.
First of all, Cardi B is married. That's number one. So you can't say girls out here.
So she needs to promote that.
Cardi B is married. She does promote her marriage, actually.
She does. What does
yes,
she say
does.
About her
She
marriage?
talk about her husband
she
all the time.
She fuck her husband on live.
No,
that's how she promote her marriage.
No, she does not.
That's how she promote her marriage.
You have the proof that she fucked her husband on marriage.
Yeah,
Anyway, but women these days are bringing a lot to the table.
That's factual. Yes.
So it's not like we're getting in relationships and we ain't got shit, or we looking. There are a majority of women who are doing that. But most of the women these days aren't. Like, most of the women these days already have their shit together. They already have, like, their houses, their career, their cars, let me they're financially stable. It sometimes be the dudes who don't have their shit together.
So let me ask you a question. Do you think women substitute having their life together for being with a man? In other words, they get their life together. It's like, well, I don't really need no nigga. I just need dick.
Well, maybe
a lot of women say that.
Well, maybe it's because niggas ain't bringing nothing to the table
other than dick.
So I'm just going to use you for
what
you're
let me ask you a question.
Just capable of giving.
How much responsibility is it on the woman to actually find a dude that's going to bring that shit to the table?
Hello.
Y'all give no responsibility to women y'all here.
Hello.
None.
Uh-huh.
Hi. So I'm actually watching a live stream now. I want to ask the host couple questions, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, okay. Dang, I actually got through. All right. Cool.
Yeah, you here.
So, yeah, basically, I'm working a job or whatever, and I work for college, but it's not enough. I was wondering if you guys had any side hustle ideas.
Side hustle ideas.
Learn how to cut hair. That's always a good hustle. I know how to cut hair. I haven't done it in a while because I don't necessarily have to, but it's definitely something I could always fall back on. And 9 times out of 10, you're gonna find a lot of barbers out here that definitely take you under their wing. A lot of dudes is real cool. I don't know where you live, but I know in New York there's a lot of dudes out here.
I'm in Chi-Town.
In Chicago.
Oh, in Chicago. Okay, well, Chicago should definitely have a lot of black barbers out there that definitely help you out. With that,
Do you have a car?
See, that's the
I don't mean to
get
in one. No, because he can do Uber, he can do Lyft, he can do Postmates.
Oh yeah, if you got a car, somebody with good credit, get a car, and then you can do Lyft and Uber. That's definitely a good side.
Exactly, he could do Lyft, he could do Uber, he could do Postmates.
Make
There's so many things
part-time
that you can do with the internet these days.
And if you got like at least $300, you could go get you a pack, double that. You know what I mean?
Really?
Stack your money. Nah, real talk. Just
really?
get like a good.
Are you serious?
No,
right now?
hold on. On some real shit,
Oh
a
God.
3-month goal of flipping your money, bro, and then you can take that money and invest it somewhere else.
Don't listen to him.
There's a lot of shit you could do, bro.
Don't listen to him. Uber,
A lot of shit.
Lyft,
I'm not doing
Postmates.
that type of shit. I'm like, you gotta have a gun with that. I'm cool
Facts.
on
You
all
gotta.
that.
I mean, you gotta have a hammer. Period. But I'm just But yeah, cutting hair is good. What else, man?
As I told you, Uber, Lyft, Postmates.
Uber, Lyft, Postmates. Man, in Manhattan, there's so many bicycle jobs in the city, man. If you was out here. In New York, there's just so much shit that you could do to make bread, bro. If you could cook like some ill-ass grilled cheese sandwiches.
Can you cook? People push their plates all the time. You get this for $15.
If you got food stamps, you got food stamps.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Nah, I work, so I'm not gonna be able to get food.
Sell them at work. You can sell them at work. There's a lot of shit you could do.
Don't take his advice on flipping stuff. Just
my G. We both men over here.
Don't take his advice. Hopefully, Uber, Postmates, cutting hair, Lyft,
or get your CDL.
CDL.
Your CDL is always a good option, bro. You can get that's automatic money within the next 2 months that you can get, bro. Decent bread, and you can do that for a while. Get your money up, and then you could, take your time with whatever else you want to do. But there's a lot of things you can do out here to get money, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Thank you for calling.
Got you, bro. Keep watching, bro. Keep watching.
Okay, so I want to address this person in the chat who keeps saying that you look like a monkey.
Who look like which one?
Now,
me?
Yes. Now, this is the problem.
I have no problem.
This is the problem with black people. I'm pretty sure this person is black.
Oh. Okay.
This is the problem with black people putting down other black people for their ethnic features. Like, there's nothing wrong with how you look. You're fine.
I'm pretty sure they look like an elephant.
I'm pretty sure too, but black people have to stop putting other black people down because of their black features.
They not putting me down.
Just like I'm just saying because Spice actually released a song about it. Like, she turned herself white and all that because she was like how black people look down upon her.
That's another question I wanted to ask.
What?
How much of the slave master do we have in us as black people?
What do you mean?
Because when you do the DNA, right? When you do the research on the DNA, it says that the matrilineal DNA is about 92%. The patrilineal DNA is 66, 65%. Mm-hmm. That means that when you go through the patrilineal line, the father's line, about a good, I would say 38% are white, have white fathers. When you go an African American line, when you go down the line, about 38% are white people in the patrilineal DNA. That means that they were slave masters raping women or having sex with women or however you want to do it. You know what I'm saying? And having children with them. That means for a lot of black people, African Americans in the chat and everybody else, their patrilineal line goes back to a white man. Mm-hmm. So we have to then ask ourselves, well, damn, even though you may look black just like you, black like me, right? I look like a monkey and shit.
You're white.
A lot of people their fathers descend from white people. Mm-hmm. So how much of the slave masters do we have in ourselves that we portray on a day-to-day?
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
I don't have a slave master. So.
You got some niggas that's blacker than me. That's a Crip that might actually be a KKK member.
Really?
By blood.
Shut up.
You never know.
Anyway.
But that's a good question.
What?
That's a good
anyway,
question.
like I was saying, because Spice has this. She came out with this video.
Mm-hmm.
She
Spice,
deleted the reggae artist.
Yes.
She deleted all her pictures on Instagram, and she just popped up white. And everyone thought she bleached her skin or whatever, but she did it
on purpose.
She did it to pretty much protest about how everybody judges skin color these days. Like you're too black for this.
Is she dark skin?
Yes,
Spice is kind of dark, right? Yeah, Spice is.
She's dark skin.
She should have just painted herself black.
She painted herself white because she's out to her society because your people.
My people. What do you mean my people?
Your Caribbean people love to bleach.
Love to
bleach, and they be out here looking crazy.
Them my bleach. Oh, them skin. Them my bleach.
So she's basically saying like, oh, am I good enough for y'all now because my skin is light?
You know, I mean, listen, man. We all know about the brown paper bag test. We all know about the Blue Vein Society. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this goes back in history, man. This goes down the line. You know, if anybody don't know the brown paper bag, Google it. The brown paper bag test back in the day, if you wanted to get in certain colleges around, like, let's say the 30s, 20s, around that time, if you wanted to get into college, any type of affluent clubs at that time for African Americans, they did a brown paper bag test. That means they held up a brown paper bag to your face.
I would fail.
And if you was not as light or lighter than that brown paper bag, you wasn't getting into no schools, you wasn't getting no jobs, you wasn't getting into no affluent clubs. This shit is real. The brown paper bag test in the Blue Vein Society for mulattoes and things like that. This is history, our history.
Hello?
Fuck? Oh, yeah?
That sounds like Rudy's, huh?
What? Okay, she's
why?
bored. She's playing with herself. I don't know.
They not. They just up there. They be trying to get in. When they get in, they don't know what the fuck to do. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, this is real history. I mean, the history. I mean, you know, I grew up hearing people call niggas midnight.
That goes back again into black people don't stand strong in who they are.
They don't, because
with marriage, with anything in life, we always flip-flopping. We here, we there. You know, niggas don't stand their ground.
It's like this. You got people that want to be black, but don't nobody want to be black. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You got white people out here popping their lips up and putting all kind of, you know, Jello pudding in their ass and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Jello pudding.
You know.
It's actually a fat transfer.
Whatever the fuck they are doing.
Mm-hmm.
They doing wild shit to their bodies to try to get black features. But black people themselves don't want to be black themselves. And this is why I asked the question, like I asked last week. I said, are our people cursed or are we just stupid? Because, you know, like I said, man, it's in the Bible. Okay? You know, the Bible talks about Ham and things. And I'm not saying that any of that shit. I don't believe in the Bible. I'm going to say that right now. I'm not a Christian. I don't believe in the Bible, although I was a Christian as a child. And I was Muslim too, because we went to the mosque and went to the church. Like I said, I did both, because my father was Muslim and my mother was Christian. And they were married. I don't know how that worked, but it worked out, whatever. You know? And these were the things that Hermetic curse is real. Hello? Ask any Christian, ask any pastor.
What be wrong with that? Like, y'all really get off on stupid shit like that, though. Like,
people are weird, man.
Fucking weirdos.
People don't want the truth, man. You know, anything that'll take them away from the truth, they, you know, that's like an orgasm for them.
What?
But no, anything that ignorant is bliss.
Mm-hmm.
Ignorance is bliss.
You know what I saw today? Speaking of it, well, I wouldn't say it was ignorance. I saw two blind people, like, I guess they were like boyfriend and girlfriend, and they were like walking down the street together. It was literally like the blind leading the blind. Like, no, I was just like, how does this work? And I wasn't trying to like be funny about it. I was just like, how does this work? Like,
for real?
What?
But you know, they feel up on you.
Hello?
Yo, what's up, bro?
Hello?
Yo, what it is?
Hey, man. The thing about how you said are black people cursed, I don't think we curse. I think it goes back to, like, you know how in school, well, I mean, I ain't really get bullied like that, but people would talk about you because they wanted to either be cool with you or be like you.
Right.
Like you said, how so many people want to be like black folks with getting like shots and getting their lips poked up.
Right.
When you try and when someone tries to imitate art or tries to imitate the real thing, they always fail. So instead of them embracing what's original, they hate on it.
Right, that's facts.
Which is like racism and segregation and things like that. Because all of this shit, like black people being oppressed, there's never been really a reason for whites not to like us or any other race not to like us. Because, I mean, what have we really done to them?
But you know, and not to cut you off, but as far as like, see, the thing about black people, what we gotta understand, we gotta stop talking about other people liking us. You know, you gotta think about it. Do Do the U.S. government like the Chinese government? They don't like each other, but they do business. And that's the big key. That's
China
the
is
big
about
key.
to blow us up. So what are you talking about?
You talking about Korea?
America in a lot of fucking debt to China, so they better like something about their ass.
What happened?
I say America in a lot of debt to China.
Yeah.
They owe China a lot, goddamn. So they better like something about their ass.
Right. It's about being at peace, and being at peace doesn't necessarily mean you gotta like somebody. Understand? Racism does not mean that somebody does not like you. And that's what I was trying to explain before on the show. And a lot of people wasn't really understanding what I was saying. Racism does not mean I dislike you, I hate this person. It just means that you put your racial supremacy first, and you will do anything to protect it. It does not mean that you hate somebody. Now, you have extremists that go as far as trying to hang a black person and taunt black people and things like that. You do have extremists out there, but at a very at its very lowest nature, you're talking about your white teacher that taught you in 2nd grade, your Jewish teacher, or whoever that white person was that, you know, might have been a racist person. It just means that they are loyal to their racial supremacy over you as a black person. That's all that means. It doesn't mean that they hate you or they don't like you.
Yeah.
You understand?
Well, I always felt, because I've always got, as a kid, I always got along with any type of race, any type of people. I just tried to find a connection between people. But my thing was, I always saw it as racist white people were pretty much ignorant, and they only listened to what they were taught.
Not all of them are ignorant, though. See, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Not all of them, and I'm not telling you to like.
No, I'm not talking about all the white people, but I'm just saying the ones that believe, because when a child is born, I believe that they're born with nothing. So everything that they gain is what they've been taught and what they've experienced out of life. So if a child in kindergarten says, "Oh, I can't talk to you because my mommy said not to talk to black people," that's something that their parents taught them, and it's probably been going on for generation to generation. So not only is that child ignorant to what their parents taught them, but their parent is ignorant to what their parents taught them, and it just goes generation to generation.
Right. That's a fact, but you also got to understand the reason why they do that to them, you know? There's a reason why. It's not necessarily because of... It's not a frivolous thing as in, oh, they're black, we, you know, boom, boom, boom. No, they're just trying to hold up their white supremacy. That's all that is. But peace, bro, peace. We're going to let you go. You got more people calling in, all right?
Yep.
Keep watching. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's like this, man. People, you got to understand something, man. You can have a friend, right? That's black. And see, and I understand what he's saying. He's saying you're universal peace and love. But the thing about that, there is no such thing as universal peace and love. The only person that can have universal peace and love is you as a person. You as that person, that one person, can have universal peace and love. Not everybody won't feel the same way. Universal peace means everybody is peaceful with each other, right? That means everybody, right?
Hello?
Yes. Okay, cut it off. I mean, but universal peace and love, because that's what that caller was talking about. Universal peace. Oh, everybody love each other, and we all see each other as a child of God. He didn't say child of God, but he said, you know, a child coming into this world, they born with nothing, but they are born with something. They're born with a cultural identity, and cultural identity is the basis on which humanity lives off on this world. In other words, there are governments, there are world powers, there are nations, dynasties, whatever you want to call it. And they're all based off of racial belief. You can take it back as far as you want it. It's all based off cultural and racial belief. some people were more friendly than others with this shit. And so for some people, their racial identity meant everything. And when you're talking about this white person or this Caucasian, a lot of them, their racial identity means everything, because at the end of the day, white supremacy says we do not share power with black people or any other race. We do not share power. Right? So say to yourself, as long as you live in a white supremacist nation, you will always be downtrodden and at the bottom. You know? But as far as black people and the skin color thing, it's sad. It's a sad thing. You know what I'm saying? And that's learned behavior, because I know there's some females. I used to talk to a female when I was younger, right? Mm-hmm. And this is when I was staying in Georgia, and it was this light skinned girl, and she said no. Yeah, she was light skinned. She was light skinned. And her mother, she said her mother always told her, never date a dude darker than her.
They do say that down south.
They love that.
They do say that.
Even if you like, there's dudes out there like, I don't want no light skinned girls. That's learned behavior. A lot of them are not necessarily saying that because they feel that way. Because let's keep it real.
They're mostly saying.
Let's keep it real.
Dark skinned girls.
Let's keep it real.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
You got a ugly. Let me see if somebody who's light skinned
Don't call nobody ugly. Just say.
Okay, you have a not so fair looking light skinned girl, right? And you have a dark skinned girl who's a model. So there's some niggas that will say that not so good looking light skinned crackhead girl would look better than the dark skinned girl just because she dark skinned. There's some niggas that'll say that.
That is true.
There's some shorties that I like that was dark skinned. I'm like, yo, shorty bad. Yeah, you like her? She bad black, my nigga. She dark, my nigga. Like, I'm like, my mother's dark skinned. My mother was dark skinned.
Dark skinned girls get you pretty for a dark skinned girl. The fuck is that supposed to mean?
And that's why a lot of dark skinned females had attitudes, because that's how people just treated them. A lot of people was just nasty to them. I've seen it myself. Mm-hmm. I mean, although, coming from a Caribbean background, at least in my family, it wasn't like that. Like, my family is all kind of shades. Brown skin, dark people. We didn't grow up with that. My mother didn't teach us like that. Even my father's side, though. Although my grandmother my father's side was racist.
White.
Although her husband was black as hell. My grandfather was black.
Because she was white.
She told my brother. I love my grandmother to death, God rest her soul, But she told my brother not to marry. No, she told my brother that she was mad at him for marrying a dark skinned girl. She's like, Trisha, I thought she was a fair skinned girl. You married this dark girl. Because she was blonde at the time.
Well, how the hell she know she dark skinned then?
Because I guess they told her. Here's the phone. I guess they told her. And she was
Hello?
mad. She was pissed.
Oh my God, get a fucking life. You need to go get you some dick or something. Alright?
That's a dude, though.
It probably is a dude saying fucking harder.
That's a dude. That's a sad thing. Yeah. Why would you call in moaning? I don't understand. You gotta be a weirdo. I'm not gonna say that word. You gotta be a weirdo.
Oh, so you using a substitute for it.
Man, let me tell you. Man.
Go ahead.
There's a lot of transgenders in the news. What's son's name? Leangelo Ball. Got caught with a tranny. We also got trannies. Some MMA tranny girl also, I think, fractured another female's head. We gotta talk about this stuff, because at what point do we stop? At what point do we say, all right, enough is enough? You know what I'm saying? First to begin, let's deal with Leangelo Ball. He's a young man. Mm-hmm. Here's the thing. This is who you blame. You blame the father. I love LeVar. His name is LeVar, right? I love LeVar. But what are you really teaching your kids? Are you just giving them basketball? That's it? Or are you actually teaching them something? What are you giving them? Somebody call them. That's the same number.
Hello.
478.
Hello.
Yo.
Yo, man. Y'all married?
We about to be married next month. Matter of fact.
Next month?
Yeah, next month, bro.
So y'all finally got a date?
Yes, we do. We do.
All right. So what took y'all so long to decide to get married?
Man, you know what? I'm gonna be completely honest with you. You know.
Be real. Your name is True. Be real.
No,
man.
I'm being honest. I gotta bring it up. You know what I'm saying?
I've been married 19 years, bro. I'm 39. 19 years? Yeah, 19 years. 2 beautiful daughters.
That's what's up. That's what I'm trying to do. What happened?
So what's up? Talk to me, man.
All right, I got you.
He wouldn't know why. Tell him
So,
why.
all right. So,
Because I've been ready.
You been ready?
I've been ready.
You been?
His accent is bouncing off
That'll
me.
always be the excuse. You'll never know you're ready.
Let me. I'm gonna tell you like this. Like, you know, I'm just a dude that even my relationship to my first son's mother, we was together for like 6 years.
Okay.
You know what I mean? My thing is like I like to take time because in this day and time, this not like the biblical times where you can just meet somebody the first day and ask for their father's hand in marriage. It's a different day and time. You know what I mean?
No, it ain't. When I first saw mine, I told my mom I just met my wife.
Right. Exactly.
And I was in Atlanta, had a whole bunch of women doing my thing.
Exactly.
So when I met this one, I told my mom, I said, hey, I just met my wife.
Right.
And it took me 2 years, and we've been through a lot of ups and downs.
Right, man.
But we made it, and we still together today.
And
with
that's
no
what
regrets.
And that's what it is. That's what I'm looking for. I want to make sure that the woman I marry is going to be able to.
Shammy said you lying. Shammy said you wasn't getting no pussy. That's why you married so fast.
Shammy been together for
He's talking about
100
him.
years.
Shammy said that about him.
No, that's what I'm saying. Shammy been together he been married for 100 years. How you going to say that to that man?
Look, man, you can't worry about that. You can't worry about the distractions, bro. You gotta keep people out your business, man.
You said you was getting a lot of women, right?
Let me ask you, have you ever cheated on her?
That's before I got married.
You wasn't getting no pussy.
Have you ever cheated on your wife?
No, man.
She ever
19
cheated on
years.
you?
We've been together 21. Got 2 beautiful daughters. I did all that when I was in the streets, man.
Did you jerk off?
No, shampoo.
You
I ain't
never
got to jerk off.
Now it's like court. We can't believe nothing you got to say. No more.
Oh man, don't be like that. My wife would jerk me off, but that's what I want,
believe
man.
everything that man said.
What?
I believe him, man. I believe him.
Yeah.
So what do you do in the morning when you got morning wood, which I don't get no more?
His wife handles that.
Yeah, I ain't gonna tell you what my wife would do for me. That ain't your business.
There you go, Shammy. See?
I bet you she tell me without you there.
Hey, the key
Shammy,
to
get the fuck out of
successful marriage: keep
Get out
God
of here right
first,
now.
communicate, and laugh. You don't have to
Shammy,
have a lot of money.
he
You don't
gonna
have
get
to
at
have all that.
You jerked off.
No, man, I ain't got to jerk off shampoo.
You never jerked off?
Why I got to jerk off? I had women.
Yo, get at Shammy. Get at him. Get at him.
Yeah.
Your palm is like
and I'm 39 and my knees better than yours.
Yo, Shammy, get out of here, man. Get out of here, man.
You never put your finger in your ass?
All right, Shammy, get out of here.
I ain't got to, shampoo.
Shammy up next, man. Ash Shampoo next, y'all. Ash, all right, bro.
Drew, kick that man out your show, man.
Yeah, he out of here. He going, man. He going.
Thank you for calling, and
He
congrats on keeping a longevity marriage.
Factual.
More years to come to you guys.
Hey, y'all keep y'all head up, man, and y'all hang in there.
Thank you, bro. Thank you, man.
All right, good luck with the show, bro.
All right, thank you, brother.
You didn't answer his question, though. What took
What
you
is
so
that?
long?
Like I said, I want to make sure the woman I'm married is going to be able
You
to.
just throwing shots at me.
Because
do what?
you never know, babe. You
Wow.
never know. And this, especially in this day and time.
Wow.
There's females out here, they just up and just be hoes and shit. Like, they wasn't hoes before. And
Excuse
now,
me?
Cardi B videos, 3 Cardi B videos.
Why do you keep bringing
and they
Cardi up?
hoes.
Cardi has nothing to do with this. What the hell are you talking about?
Cardi got a lot to do.
Don't disrespect Cardi.
Cardi got a lot.
Anyway,
The 3 Cardi B videos and then they just sucking all kind of dick.
What?
Yeah, go ahead. But, no, I understand what you're saying.
So you're
One more call and we gonna get
You're
up out of
annoying.
here. One more call and we gonna get
Goodbye.
up out of here.
Hello?
Y'all get the knowledge in the shit tonight.
Hello?
Yo.
Yo.
Yes. Yo, what up?
What up, bro?
What it is, my nigga?
Chilling.
Peace to the gods.
Yo, I'm surprised I got through. This is crazy. But, yo, man, I just called to say, man, keep doing your thing, man.
Thank you,
got
bro.
a special bond with your lady.
Thank you.
And,
thank
you. A lot of the things you talk about, you know what I'm saying, are positive.
Thank you, brother.
You know what I'm saying? And a listener could really tune in because it's some real, you know what I'm saying, some real shit.
Thank you, man.
So
Thank
just
you
keep
so much.
doing
I
your
appreciate
thing, man.
that.
You and your lady and everything like that.
Thank you.
Thank you, my G. Thank you, bro.
All right, bro. One.
Peace. See, the Kush smokers and the Cali smokers.
I just love how you just throwing shots at me, though.
What
So, you trying to make sure I'm not a hoe? Is that what you're saying?
Babe, yes, it takes it takes at least 3 years before you know if your girl a hoe or not. You know what I'm saying? At least 3. After the 3, now you gotta figure out if she could make bread, if she could pull her own, if she could keep the pussy wet. You know what I'm saying?
Seriously?
You know?
So, am I a hoe?
But babe, we wouldn't be getting married.
I'm just saying. You like you want to make sure. Do I like hoe to you?
Maybe you've been fooling me for the past 6 years. Or 7, 5. How the fuck we been together?
Okay, don't play with me. Don't play with me.
No, you not.
You know what? It is.
Otherwise, we wouldn't have been getting married
men are
right
just
now.
so scared to get y'all heart broken. Like, what the hell is wrong with y'all? Like, women go through it all the fucking time. Man up. Hello?
Babe, you want to break my heart?
That's not what I'm saying. Hello?
Yo, what up?
What's up? Hey, this is Anthony Dorsey. Y'all got me out the way with being unblocked a couple weeks ago. I appreciate that with Flip. You know, I don't know if y'all remember. I remember.
Yeah,
Whole time, you never answered last week if we was stupid or if we was
cursed. I said, are black people cursed or are they stupid? Are we stupid?
I never heard your opinion. I know, I think I followed kind of what you were saying the whole time as you was explaining it. You kind of explained it without explaining it, but...
Right, got you. So what you think about that?
I think that we curse being stupid. Right?
You put that in the comments, I think. I seen you put that in the comments, too.
I might have. I can't remember. A nigga be out here. I don't know. I don't know. But I wanted to hear what you had to say because you ain't ended. Like, dude felt the weight because you just hung up the phone on him. But, yeah. What you... I
hung up because people just don't know how to get off the phone. Like, if I say, yo, we about to end the show, you got to hang up. You got to let it go. You know what I'm saying? All right, peace. I respect that. That's all that was. But yeah, go ahead. What you think?
Well, I feel like we be out here, we tell each other that we kings and queens, right?
Right.
So without a lot of us knowing, we feel like we kings and queens. Nobody told you was that, but you feel like that.
Right.
And then somebody tell you that, and you be like, you brush it off, nah, that's whatever. And then you look at other people, oh, you hating on me, this, that. I feel like we're ignorant to ourselves, like
that's a fact.
To each other and then to ourselves. That's how I feel.
All right,
yeah.
I could agree with that. I could agree with that.
On it, bro. DMV all day.
Keep watching.
Got you.
Yeah. The fact that he said that, I saw this meme that was just like when men call women queens, or like when black women men call women queens, they be like, hey, yo, man. They be like, hey, but you
call her a queen.
Now these days, black women do like to be called queens. But a couple of years ago,
I seen somebody. I was in a group, and a female got mad because the brother was like, "Yo, look, queen. This is what I'm trying to say, queen." She's like, "Oh, I feel like you trying to disrespect me on some queen. I'm a queen. Like, nigga, you don't know me like that." I'm like, "Yo, like these females out here," because you know what it is too. And I hate to say this, but the feminist movement is, they pushing that on. They trying to make it seem like any compliment from a man is some kind of belittling gesture. You know what I'm saying?
Hello.
Oh yeah. Ooh.
All right, that's the last call for the evening. Yeah, we about to get up out of here. But as far as the whole black curse thing, we got to really do research and understand, when as it pertains to history, why they saw black people as being cursed and why they use black people being cursed to put us in slavery. And I'm not saying black people are cursed. I'm just saying learn this history so you can understand what the talking points are and why people are snarling up at us, you know what I'm saying, and don't want to deal with us. And this is what it is. And once you learn that history, you learn that, you know what, fuck those people I'm going to deal with in my community. Raise your kids to know this knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Raise your kids. My father always taught me seek knowledge from the cradle to the grave. It says that in the Islam. So in Islam, in the Quran, excuse me. In the Quran, it says seek knowledge from the cradle to the grave, even as far as China. Because back in those days, they thought China was like the end of the world. You know what I'm saying? But that's what it was. So another show brought to you by The Quiet Room. You know what I mean? The Shh Room by Queen's Flip. And your boy Space Duppy on the boards. You know what I'm saying? King True. Ladora, my lady, my love of my life. Y'all keep tuning in every time we do a show. And, you know, I'm going to try my best to give y'all some, you know, wonderful content that y'all could really adhere to. Okay? So, peace to the gods. One love. One justice. You know what I mean? Peace. Straight lives matter.
Oh, my God.